All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. Warm welcome for joining us this evening. I'm Christina, and I'm delighted to be here with fellow facilitators, Adriana Silva, who's our Communities Director at IIBA UK, Janice McNamara, who is our mentoring program consultant, and we have contributions and reflections from a special guest today, Joanna Kachemba, who will be sharing her experience of her mentoring experience, because she's been part of our mentoring program before as a mentor and as a mentee. So tonight, really excited to introduce the IIBA UK mentoring program for this year, which is a refreshed community-driven initiative designed to support your career and personal growth as business analyst. Thank you. Next slide, please, John. So yeah, introducing us, just to begin with that, we are the UK chapter of the International Institute of Business Analysts, and everything we do is centered around supporting, elevating, and connecting business analysts across the country. So we've got some stats around sort of our membership and our geographical reach on the screen here. We also work with quite a fair share of corporate members within the UK. And we have a very dedicated team of very valuable volunteers who help make this all possible. So our mission is really to help people like you sort of grow your skills, expand your network, and feel part of a thriving professional community. Next slide, please, Adriana. Thank you. And suppose one of the things that makes IIBA UK special is that we are truly run by BAs for BAs. So everyone involved, from volunteers to board members, comes from a business analysis background. And that means that the programs that we deliver, design, including this mentoring program, are shaped by people who understand the realities of the role and challenges you face. So we have various offerings in addition to this mentoring program, like we have partnerships with conferences, we have virtual offerings, so thought leadership and career development webinars, as well as study support, community events in person, as well as sort of corporate membership that is managed by IIBA Global. Thanks, Adrian. Next slide, please. And suppose the next slide is quite new. I'd like to kind of take the opportunity to welcome some new partners and sort of sponsors and allies. So some new faces on the block for us, Adaptive US, who's an endorsed education provider, as well as Watermark Learning. So you see a bit more comms in due course, but some really new agreements and partnerships. So exciting times, which will also offer better value for IIBA UK certification learners in the UK. And of course, conferences, long-standing sort of partnerships with IRM UK and with BA Life, which is happening soon, next in a couple of months. Next slide, please. Yeah, so IIBA membership comes with a host of benefits. So from access to the digital library, global standards and resources, and discounted certifications. So there's a whole host of memberships that comes with IIBA, but at the UK level as well, this mentoring program offered by our chapter is one of many ways we help members develop professionally and personally. Yeah, next slide, please. And if you're not already connected with us on social media, we'd love for you to join us there. So it's the best way to stay up to date with events, voluntary opportunities, community stories. We share insights about our events and updates on programs like this one. Next slide, please. Right, so moving on to the main event, what we'll be covering this evening. So we'll be starting with why sort of mentoring is such a powerful tool for career and professional and personal development. We'll share insights from last year's program, including what's kind of worked well and what we were going to enhance for this year. You also hear reflections from participants. So Joanna is kindly here to share that with this group. Learn what's sort of new coming up this year. We'll walk you through some key dates towards the end and how to register for the program. So by the end of the session, hopefully you get a clear sense of how the program works and how it can support your growth. And you have any questions as we go along, feel free to use the Q&A section to ask your questions. Right, so I think, well, that's the agenda. We'll kind of take the slides away for a bit because we'll kind of move on to the next bit, which is really kind of now that we set the scene for the program, I'd love to kind of bring in someone who has been absolutely instrumental in shaping everything. So from the, I guess, very beginning, I'd say, our mentoring program consultant, Janice. She's worked really closely with mentors and mentees across previous cohorts and will be working alongside future ones. She brings a wealth of insights of what makes mentoring a powerful catalyst for growth. So yeah, Janice, I'll love to hand over to you to kind of talk us through the benefits of mentorship, both from perspective of a mentor and a mentee, and how these relationships can support career progression for business analysts.
Great. Thank you very, very much, Christina. I'm delighted to be invited to speak with individuals who will be considering whether to apply this year to the programme. And a very big welcome to those of you who've been part of the IIBA mentoring in previous years and those of you who are new to the programme as well. So a very big welcome to all of you. So yes, over the next sort of 7 or 8 minutes, I'm going to talk with you about unlocking your career and your professional growth and how mentoring relationships can help you both personally and professionally. What's the values for the mentee? What's the values for the mentor? And some recommendations from previous delegates. So let's first of all think about that personal and professional development. How does it add value to your career development? The key thing around this program is it's bespoke. It's been designed with and for business analysts. And so it's very much built around the competencies defined in the BABUP competencies. So thinking around communication and interaction skills. When we really think about these competencies, that you can hear how they align so well with a mentoring relationship, because we've got those communication and interactive skills, we've got behavioral skills, we've also got analytical thinking and problem solving, and tools and techniques along with the business knowledge. So being part of the program, once you've signed up and been accepted onto the program, the key thing is about this relationship, this confidential relationship between the mentor and the mentee. You may well be in different sectors, in different parts of the country, so you're going to get some of that business knowledge through that as well. The confidentiality means that both of you can be open with each other, and really bound by that is a key part of it. And also, there's a real important aspect of that self-awareness and that fresh perspective of your current expertise. And one of the things I really love about this program is, yes, it's great for the mentee who's maybe early on in their career, but also if you're mid-career or you've been in business analysis for a long time and you want to get a fresh perspective on that knowledge and expertise you have at the moment. And that is gained both by being a mentee, but also if you're the mentor, you get that sort of overview as well. You're building a trusting relationship, and it's really well informed and connected through the bridge between the mentor and the mentee is those business analysis skills. So let's have a think about the mentees then. We have had individuals who've stepped on either step. They may have been a mentee and then decided to be a mentor. We've also had individuals who've been a mentor and decided to be a mentee. So it's not just to do with how many years you've been in the business, if you like. It's also how do you get that perspective? So in terms of the mentee, it's personalized. It's an unbiased support from an individual who'll give you feedback. Importantly, they are not an advisor. The ownership of your story and your development is yours. The mentor is there to be reflective, to share some of their experience, but to walk alongside you as you start to go through that professional development. They will help you bring perspective, motivation, and direction, and help you recognize what those past strengths are and also where your future goals may be. Now, I think part of this as well is through this relationship, you can start to build more confidence, clarity, and capabilities, but also almost map out what is that career that you want as a business analyst, what's realistic in the current terms, how can you grow and develop into that. So the mentee can really gain an insight about what they have already. And the thing I really like about this program, from the very start, we wanted the mentee and the mentor to be on a parallel learning journey. Both of you are gaining insights. So what we do right at the start is encourage you to consider the competencies, spend reflective time. We are so busy serving others that actually this is an opportunity to self-reflect, really get an in-depth insight to yourself and apply some of those BA skills to your own professional development. In terms of the mentor, yes, many people sign up to say, I want to give back to the community, but there's also an incredible feeling of actually seeing an individual grow and develop over the range of months that you're working together and really helping them get through some of the immediate concerns they have, but also help them to have that longer vision. I really enjoyed right from the start, when I started to understand business analysis as a profession, actually seeing how the synergy is between mentoring and business analysis, the listening skills, the investigative questioning skills, how we formulate our questions, how we are self-aware of our engagement with others. You know, you're doing this all the time with different stakeholders. This is a one-to-one space to really heighten that awareness with that other individual. Building your mentoring skills also, yes, it helps your business analysis skills, also supports your leadership skills. And to me, as a BA, when I observe a range of different people that I've met through these programs, you are all leaders because you're influencing change. You are having to communicate your message and how to get that across. But a key part of that is how we ask the questions. So I really do feel for the mentor, this is a great opportunity for really strengthening those leadership skills as well as the BA. So considering the career value and really your professional development, taking stock, taking time out to commit to your own professional development, considering where you're at the moment, where do you want to step to next, and how can this mentoring relationship really support you with that? I feel quite often when we are just so busy supporting the organizations that we're working with, we don't take time to sharpen our own saw, as Stephen Covey would say, to really strengthen our own skills and our own objectivity about our career is really important to this. So just to sort of wrap up, really, having thought about and looking at the range of feedback from last year, there was two quotes that I liked a lot. One is, the program gives you structure, community, and practical insights you can apply straight away in your BA work. And that is true both for the mentor and the mentee. And the other quote that I particularly liked is, in a year of change and disruption, this scheme has given me a space to focus on my BA skills and my career. So I wish you all the very best for those of you who decide to apply for the programme. In a moment, I'm going to hand over back to Christina and Adriana, who I'm really looking forward to working with over this year as the programme's being refreshed, and also to Joanna. And she's going to be sharing her experience of actually being on the programme, so you can get the specific insights to that. So thank you to all of you, and to IIBA for this opportunity to work with you again this year. All the very best.
Great. Thank you so much, Janice. That was a brilliant overview, and yeah, it definitely sort of resonates and hits hard to us. To me, it points to my career where, it's a really tiny reminder that perhaps we should take that bit of time to invest in ourselves too, to take that time to reflect. Is there anything that you could appreciate in other perspectives with? Is there anyone in the BA committee who could address those areas of development after that initial round of reflection? I think that's really key to sort of getting to see some outcomes from a growth mindset. It's just might have that mindset, but are we doing something about it? It's absolutely key. Yeah. And to build on that, so I'd like to take a look at what we've learned from last year's cycle or program. So we've gathered some valuable feedback from participants, and thanks for those who are on this call now who actually is partaking in that survey. And insights have played a big part in helping shape this refreshed program this year. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Adriana, who will walk us through some of the key themes and findings from the previous cohort and what they're going to tell us about how we can continue strengthening the mentoring experience for our community. And straight after that, we'll also hear from past participant Joanna, as mentioned by Janice, about her mentorship journey with us, her experience and reflections. So yeah, Adriana, over to you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you see my screen? Okay. So so these are the insights we obtained from the completion of the survey last year. It was when we have responses from mentors and mentees. So we can see that the rate of satisfaction, to me, I find it quite, it's very energizing and inspiring when I see these results. I myself, not last year, but the year before, I was part of this program, and I participated both as a mentor and a mentee, and I saw that it was not only me who benefited from that. It seems to be a consistent feedback we get from all those who have participated with us. You can see that 97% of the respondents, they said that they agree or completely agree that they have developed their skills as a mentor or as a mentee. And looking through the responses from mentors, for example, quite a few of them, they say in terms of how they expanded their ability to consider and to reflect on different perspectives, or they improved their communication skills that sometimes they thought they were already good, but they got even better after participating in this program. We can see that 100%, everyone who participated in the program, they intend to apply the learning back in their workplace. So it's something very pragmatic, something very practical that you can immediately start to apply and benefit from it. 94% completed the full term of the program. And sometimes a relationship might break for different reasons. People change jobs, life changes, circumstances change. But there is quite a high rate of completion, which is really positive as well. 93% agree or completely agree that they have strengthened their BA competencies. And that is quite, for those who want to do so, there is quite a lot of support and materials for people to, on a structured way, to work on those. 69% of the respondents, they plan to sign up again for this year's schemes. These were, for example, in terms of number, 20 individuals who responded, 6 mentees, 11 as mentors, and 6 want to apply as both in both roles. So that is really encouraging to see, and we are we'll be very, very pleased to welcome back any previous participants and also receive any new ones that would like to join us in this journey. Although my response is not represented in last year's cohort, as I said, I have been in the previous year. I fully endorse the results we found last year, and we would like really, when we are talking about the mentoring program now, when we are launching today, it's because we know that the value it has brought to our community, and we would like really to reach as many people as we could with the program this year, so colleagues can benefit from and grow and expand in a way that suits them best. So yeah, that's all from me. And I pass back to Christina.
Yeah, thanks. That's a lot, Adriana. I think the next part might also be yourself. With the a bit of interaction with Joanna. That's the next slide will come after that. So back over to you.
No, this was the one I had, Christina. This slide, it was mine. So now it's these were the insights I would like to present.
Yes, thank you. And I think that leads to the reflections with Joanna.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Yes, so I think I would like to share with you my experience. I joined mentorship program 2 years ago, and the main reason I joined was belief. Looking to connect with the IIBA community. This was the main really reason of me joining this program. Most of my career, I was working as a single business analyst, technical business analyst in the small software companies, and I had a really good relationship with dev team, and they were very supportive. But I was just feeling that sometimes I'm maybe not fully understood, and I was lacking this BA perspective. So I started searching for the BA community, and by chance I found posts on LinkedIn that there will be a mentorship program starting, and I just basically decided to enroll myself to this program, and I joined primarily as a mentor because I just wanted to test myself, to gain confidence, and as well to see if my experience can maybe as well bring some values to other people who are at the beginning of the journey. But at the same time, when I was joining, I just realized that I probably as well, despite the fact that I have a lot of years experience, but because always I was like a single BA, not so much exposed to other perspectives, that it would be as well probably very valuable for me to as well join as a mentee, to have support from other more experienced BA who can guide me through the uncertainty and like support through this journey, and as well help me to be a mentor, because I had never been mentor. So I was just as well thinking not only can help me in my profession, but as well even to be better mentor. My mentor can help me to be a better mentor. I know it's quite complicated, but I hope you understand. Yeah. So this is when I enroll in both roles, mentor and mentee.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. So so that's definitely kind of really clear of your motivations there. As a mentor, sort of how did mentoring to help you sort of navigate that your BA career, clarify your next steps? So you mentioned for example, being the sole BA in your projects. How did having mentoring kind of help in that sense?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So, as I said, I joined to just kind of validate as well my knowledge. So I just wanted to see whether my years of experience can bring any value to somebody else. So being a mentor just gave me this reassurance that I have something valuable to offer, that I can support someone who is at the beginning of the journey, and reminded me that my experience mattered. And as well, it helped me to develop and practice active listening skills, which I could practice during the mentoring session. So this was really, and obviously I could take it after that back to my normal everyday BA work, and as well to even chat with my kids, which I'm still failing, but because always we are trying to find solutions for everything. So it's really a skill and a lot of practice to be very good at active listening and be very reflective. So however, even so, I joined really as a mentor. I as well benefited enormously of being a mentee as well. So I remember one of my first sessions, I always felt like I don't have enough confidence. And my mentor said, oh, she has a lot of confidence. It's like, no, I don't have confidence at all. And I remember one of the first sessions, my mentor asked me if I can write down all the projects I worked through my entire career with all responsible I had. And I really took this exercise very seriously. I spent hours. I spent almost full weekend, documenting everything. And we really didn't discuss this on the next sessions. It was not needed. I remember in the next session, I just joined. I just said, thank you very much. This was like transformative experience for me, exercise, because I realized during this exercise actually how much experience I had and how much I undervalued myself. And this was really, I think, critical point in my shifting my confidence and yeah, it was really like a changing point in my career, I would say.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I think it's easily done where we're so busy with our day to day. Sometimes it takes that one prompt or in action, like participating in this program or elsewhere, that it prompts that need for reflection, and taking the time to do that, it sometimes could have that transformative effect. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing.
You're welcome.
And I have I noticed that you have already pointed how it made a difference. If you have to describe the greatest benefit in one word from participating in the program, if one word or two words, if you can, how would you describe that, Joanna?
Oh, one word, I don't know, because
Three
in my
words.
2 words. So for me the biggest benefits was really like transformative, because a lot of change during the program running is, I think, 6-7 months, and I really I already am aware that I said more than 2 words, so I'm not sure if it's okay. I will summarize it at the end if you're all right. So basically during this program, I validated myself. I gained confidence, and so this confidence, I think, translated into action. So I decided that actually this program I realized that I didn't need reassurance. I just needed the change. So I took decision that I want to change my working space where I was not anymore very happy. And I took this very seriously. So, I decided I want to change. I spent again hours updating my very outdated CV. After that, I searched for the jobs. At the beginning, I started searching for the job as well in my environment, which I was. So I was looking for the small software company, being again technical business analyst. And again, and I went for one interview. This interview didn't go very well. It was my first interview since probably for 10 years. So it just really, I could feel it. It was not great. And I spoke about this with my mentor, and she asked me, so which job did you apply? And I explained her, and she's like, I don't understand why you don't give a try for consulting services. I said, it was never even on my horizon. Yeah, I'm not good enough for that. It's something that I'm not feel comfortable. I'm feel comfortable in my environment. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm good at the technical business analysis. I don't even know what normal general business analysis is doing. So I don't know if I can even give a try. I said, just try. And I'm not lying, but 1 hour later, I started looking at the LinkedIn, and I saw the job offer on LinkedIn, which was for consulting services. I read the description. Something click. Yeah, I really like it. I don't apply very quickly for the job. For me, it was a big change. So I did enormous research about the company. I realized this company really align with my values. I actually, as well, during this time, realized that my colleague who I play tennis with is working for this company. So I texted him. I asked him, do you want to go for a coffee? We went for a coffee. I We spent like 2 hours in the coffee shop. I asked him an enormous amount of questions. I still was not sure because he was not BA. So he was so kind that he actually gave me a phone number to another BA who was working for this company. I make a call to this person, and we had again half an hour conversation. And after that, I decided to apply. And yeah, it was actually, I think, 4 stages of interview. And I got a job at the end, and I'm working now in the consulting services. So yeah, so this is like, for me, this was really transformative. So it was a lot of changes. It was a lot of, I'm just sometimes saying I'm just lucky that I'm finding some opportunities in the moment when I'm ready for that. So yeah, I just like to tell everybody to just have open always eyes and heart and listen what, you know, other people sometimes whisper.
Yes, and that's when we, for example, I was trying to picture a word cloud. Why you mentioned the words, the transformation, the transformative aspect, the confidence you built, and the change you were able to make. So it was a very clear, well-defined path that you were able to work out and have clarity on while working in the mentorship. And when we reflect, that you said that in 10 years you hadn't taken part in interviews and everything, it can be really daunting to apply for jobs after a few years on the same role. The world we live in these days, the things change quite. It changed at a very high pace, and I think that it feels really great and empowering to feel that you are now in a state. You feel that you are in a state of readiness, as you said, to be again. Moving your career in the direction that you deem more suitable, and it's also beautiful to see that this perspective you haven't considered before speaking with your mentor, working as a consultant, but suddenly you have that perspective and you start building on that, and that sort of immediately materialize with the action you took. So that's very inspiring. Yeah. And one last question before we in our quick chat, just to spell out, let's put this way, what advice would you give to prospective participants, someone who's thinking about joining us this year in the program?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think for mentees, I would just say that, you know, having mentors is like having older good sibling. Not always every sibling is good, but older good sibling in your profession who help you navigate and give you a different perspective and support you through your journey. And it's just like a shortcut to the growth. Yeah, so it's really shortcut. You can probably achieve a lot of things, but it takes so much longer. And but I think as well, to benefit truly from the program, I think we just need to be ready that we need to spend some time and we need to be prepared that we will not be wasting mentors' time, that we will be, you know, we know what we want. We will be prepared for the session, that we, as Jani said, we will be owning this process, yeah, that we will be doing homeworks, we'll be reflecting during the sessions, between sessions, and that if we want change, that we are ready to engage in this process. And as well, I think probably as well that we need to be honest. We don't pretend, that we show, that we basically show up as we are, as a real self, including our doubts and fears, that we don't want to show as a superheroes which don't have any issues. And for mentors, I think the building trusting relationship is probably the key, and celebrate small success with your mentees. And because sometimes what feels obvious for us is not obvious for people who are at the beginning of the journey. So and yeah, it's share generously and share with care, I would say, and enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey. I think that's the key, isn't it? I thought now of Laura Brandenburg. I remember in one of our sessions that she said, if you are ever in doubt about what to do what gives you joy. So I think it's really important that we enjoy the process, isn't it? That will lead us to a better place if we're not fully satisfied with the place we are currently. Yeah, so, okay, Joanna, thank you very much for your contribution today. It's really inspiring hearing from you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Back to Christina.
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Adriana. So yeah, let's bring up the slide 9.
Okay, just a moment, please.
Thank you, no worries.
Can you see my screen?
I can, yes. Next slide, please. Thank you. That's all on. Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Rihanna. Thank you, Adriana. So as we look ahead to this year's program, we've taken on board a lot of the insights and feedback shared during the previous years. And we've seen some stats in the previous slide. And I suppose there is also some kind of finer feedback, so that kind of that lays under those numbers. With that in mind, I guess one of the biggest updates this year is the introduction of the refresh eligibility criteria for mentees and mentors. We're looking at the mentee one over here right now. And these criteria are specifically, and there's lots of deliberation about this behind the scenes, but it's been designed to ensure that everyone enters the program is set up for success. Means that mentees have enough grounding, to benefit from the experience, and the mentors feel confident and supported in the guidance they provide. So for mentees, we've clarified the experience levels to help individuals really get the most out of the mentoring. It's a BA mentorship program after all. So we are looking to establish some experience and thresholds to kind of meet the expectations of our mentors. So we've got the criteria right here, which is we would like to consider those who have completed an internship, have been in an entry-level BA role, or at least had a year of involvement in BA-related project work. So if you've been working in projects in different capacities, but may had some overlaps with BA activities, it means that you may be eligible for this mentorship program. We've also emphasized the importance of mindset. So you probably heard, some elements of that already throughout this call around that the mindset, being open to learning, reflecting, and being willing to apply new approaches. Between between sessions during your learning journey with us in this program. Thank you, Adriana. Next slide, please. Thank you. And as for mentors, we are looking to strengthen that criteria around that professional experience and mentoring mindset. So ensuring that mentors bring at least 3 years of BA practice experience, alongside with that willingness to share insights, offer constructive feedback, and support mentees at varying stages of their journey. I guess in addition to all of this, we also have some refreshing of program content itself, because this program doesn't simply offer matching services. We have support sessions throughout the course of the program for those who might be less familiar with the program. There are support sessions for both mentors and mentees, and together. We also provide on-demand learning and resources to set everyone up for success. And this year you can expect updated refreshed newsletters with practical guidance, some kind of recent musings from some guest contributors from these newsletters. We also have refreshed short form videos to help you kind of navigate the mentoring relationship and the mentoring journey, generally speaking. And we're looking to also introduce some on-demand masterclass videos to help you get the very best out of the program. So so these enhancements are all about giving you that support, that clarity, more value throughout the mentoring journey, and whether you're joining as a mentor, mentee, or both. So that's what's new for this year. So it brings us to hopefully the final part of this section. Move on to the next slide and back over to Adriana, who will then talk about the key dates and how to register. Thank you.
Okay. So, we have a few key dates already set. Slightly, Joanna, she mentioned that in the previous year we run over 6 to 7 months. This year, the mentorship will we have the registrations taking place now in March. So from the 2nd of March to the 28th, the forms will be open on our website for registration, both mentors and mentees. The registration opens for members. It remains the same price as the previous years, not for mentors, for members. £59, for non-members, £79. This is related to the IIBA membership. So during March, we received the registrations from, let's put this way, very end of March and along April, we'll be matching the applicants, and we'll be introducing to one to other and get everyone signed up and ready for a start on the 7th of May on a kickoff session. By that date, we expect everybody to have been matched, to have been introduced, and to have got access to the platform to work. And then we run from May to November, which will give 6 months of program. And during this time, we'll have the regular mentorship support sessions. If I'm not wrong, 4 of the sessions, and then we have the closure of the program in November later in the year. So that's what lays ahead of us. That's what we have in store for the program this year.
Right. Okay. That's right, thank you very much. Right. And the registration forms is it now available?
The registration forms, they are available, but the registrations, for example, that link we put on the chat earlier to our events page, we'll see that there are events there. It's not exactly events, they are forms. The forms now, they are on the website. So the same way that you register for an event, you are going to register for the mentorship. There is one for application for mentors, one's for mentees. So on the 2nd of March, the tickets will be available. If you go there now, you are not able to click the register now, but on the 2nd of March, they will be, and then you can be registering over from the 2nd to the 28th.
That's great. Yeah, thanks for clarifying. Amazing. Right. That's great. So I think that's pretty much everything we're looking to cover from the mentoring program side of things. Is there anything else? So I think that's everything. So thank you everyone for your time, and I guess we can open up to any questions if anyone has any. Can't see any on the chat, but let me just.
I'm just looking at just to clarify on that question when Farah person asked if we could share the events calendar to all those groups shared. At the time, it was the slide with the partners. I believe any activities we do with the partners, they will be reflected on our calendar. Is that the correct expectation, Christina? Conferences or any other special activities, they will be published on our calendar, isn't it?
Yes, it would. Yeah. Yeah, it's so yeah, the partnership corporate partners events are usually public events, in which case yes, it will be on the calendar. So you probably see, if you go on events calendar today, that there is another event happening in Newcastle, and that's also a public event that's open for registration. And yeah, so things like, I think BA Live is also on there, and the BA conference in September will also be on there. So yes, it should sort of accurate, it should accurately reflect as such. But thank you.
I just brought the events page here. Can you see it on the screen? Is that showing? So this is the event page that we have shared. So if you see here, from the 2nd of March, we have these 2 pages opening: mentoring program, mentee registration, and mentor registration. So here is where you will, by clicking here on the day, you will have the button register now, and then you have the usual, we have all the information, for example, about the eligibility criteria, and everything you need to know, and the button will be open for registrations from the 2nd of March. So that's how things will be presented, available this year.
Thank you, Adriana. That's really helpful to see on the screen. Perfect. And we have a couple of questions on the chat. So it probably is good timing that we jump on to that. So Asan has asked around eligibility requirements. So fresh graduates or current students who don't have experience but aspire to be business analysts. But suppose this might mean that you may not be eligible for this particular mentoring program. However, we are standing up an initiative which is about to launch to cater to students in early careers, sort of the target demographics. So yeah, it will hopefully you'll see some more comms going out soon, and I think Asan, you might have got in touch with me directly before, so I can kind of follow up with you on that front. But there is going to be an initiative that will soon launch that will hopefully help provide the support that hopefully need, and we'll open the feedback, and there will be some volunteers on hand to help.
There are some questions in the chat.
Yes. Yeah. So the second question: can someone who just took a business intelligence course and Microsoft Power BI course enroll as a mentee? So I think, well, BI and Power BI courses. So there are, I suppose, there are complementary sort of BA skills, but I suppose that itself may not render one eligible for the mentoring program. However, if you've done this course and you have worked on a project that sort of covers that, that you have practiced particular BA skills in it, I think if you put that onto the registration form, we could consider you for that. It will sort of, I think if that's the case, if on that condition of having that project experience might help you become eligible for the program. Hope that helps. So Jasvinder, what if we worked as a BA for over 10 years but have not had enough rich experiences to be a mentor? Can I still apply for mentee? I suppose if it's 10 years, I don't know. I think you might be surprised with having over 10 years worth of experience. I guess I was casting my mind back as I was reading the question to Joanna's experience here. If we take a bit of time to kind of go back to deep dive on the experience, perhaps you might be surprised with the richness of experience you might have gained. So you can be a so I think it's worth kind of having that bit of reflection, and perhaps you might find that there's probably a lot more experience that might immediately pop into your head. Who knows, right? So you might want to consider a mentor, but you can definitely apply for a mentee if you like know what you'd like to achieve in mind. Absolutely. Is experience only from the UK, or is it considered from anywhere else? Excellent question, actually. We are open to outside of UK now. I suppose the only consideration is that our support sessions and likely most of the cohort may run on UK time. So if you're comfortable and you're willing to adapt to align with the UK time for your mentoring support sessions and your mentor or mentee contact time, then absolutely. Katrina has asked, why are mentors also charged a fee for participation? Yeah, so I think it's as I mentioned, it's because our program it's not simply a matching sort of program. We do offer a quite substantial, I would say, support and resources for mentors as well as mentees. There's quite a bit of curated support that sits behind all of this. So for mentors, in terms of what they get out of that, hopefully they will find that they have gained from that learning experience and the resources to become, sort of more, I would say, more confident mentors in the future going forward as well. I don't know if, like, Janice, if you want to jump in and add anything else to it.
Yeah, the program was very much set up as parallel learning for the mentor and the mentee. So you can view it as a professional development as a mentor and as a leader and as a BA to take part in the program. And as Christina said, there's sort of curated support for you. So if you were made a decision to go for a qualification in mentoring, you would be getting similar material that you would be getting here, but also you've got the added value of this being bespoke specifically for a BA. So that's why right from the start, the mentors have paid a fee as well as the mentees.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Right. Jasvinder has followed up. If I also applied for mentor registration, would you provide training to me so that I can mentor? We certainly provide that support. So, like, going back to Jan's point, parallel learning, we do offer that support, and there's also, I guess, some peer support as well through these support sessions. So yeah, I think if this is your first rodeo into sort of world of mentoring, I think this actually could be a really good place to start, Jasvinder. So I recommend it. And once complete, are you able to provide references / recommendations on LinkedIn to enhance career prospects? So once you've completed, and yeah, so I think it's something we should have covered a bit earlier. So once we've completed the mentoring program, you will get a certification for completion. So this is something that you could provide as reference if you like, or on LinkedIn, and hopefully that will enhance your career prospects. Absolutely. So that's what we'll provide at the very end of the program once individuals have completed it. Thank you. The next question is from Sari. So I have worked as a BA intern on a small project for 2 months, and I'm now looking for a permanent BA role in IT. I've had experience as an analyst for almost 4 years. Am I eligible to register as a mentee? So answer is yes. I think if you've had that you have internship experience for 2 months, and you've worked as an analyst for almost 4 years. So if you've worked as an analyst for 4 years within project environments plus internship, I would say you're eligible. That's the answer to that. Jasvinder again, hello. How are networking opportunities available during this program? Really excellent question, isn't it, Adriana?
It is.
So we would love to. I guess one of the things we're exploring, and I guess I haven't put onto the presentation material, is that we would love to get people connecting properly in person if possible. There's networking opportunities, I suppose, during the virtual virtual support sessions. There's that. But if there's sufficient appetite for people who are, I guess, in some certain geographical clusters to meet up, that's why on the form that when you're registering, there is a question dedicated to understanding roughly where you are in if you're based in the UK, so that we can explore having some in-person face-to-face networking. But we can't guarantee it. Like I say, it really does depend on appetite.
Yeah. What I would suggest is that if colleague, anyone, any colleagues, any fellow professionals, if they would like to network, to look for IIBA events close to their to the location if there are any activities, any events, because even if there is a speaker or any other sort of activity, there is usually a dedicated moment in the sessions for networking, isn't it? So give a look on our calendar, keep an eye on anything taking place close to you, and join with if you can. You have the opportunity to network as well with fellow professionals, maybe not within specifically the mentoring program cohorts, but you might find opportunities closer to where you are.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. So Afula Sadi, next. So joining late because I was tired of work. No worries. Will I be able to get some kind of summary from the session? You'll get a recording of this. We'd like to follow up quite soon because because of I guess the registration timeframes. So yeah, absolutely. I think you get a recording. Hopefully you can play this back if it helps. And if you like to have a conversation after you play back the recording, or you like to follow up personally, just feel free to contact us on our website, and very happy to set something up.
And something I can do as well, if that helps, we can collate the questions we received today, and we can collate a Q&A and put on the registration pages for people to revisit if that helps.
Yeah, excellent suggestion. Yes, thank you very much. Right, I think we covered all the questions. But yeah, it's if anyone has any other follow-up questions, there is a contact us page on our website, and feel free to follow up on there. And yeah, one of us will get back to you. But I think that's everything. It's 2 minutes to 7, so absolutely. Yeah, that's within closing time. I think we should probably wrap up, and I hope to see you on the other side. And best of luck, regardless in your growth journey. And hope to see you at a future event. We actually have an event tomorrow, haven't we, Adriana? We're quite busy this week.
We do. Yeah, we do. The book club.
Yes, absolutely. So we have the book club conversation with Fabrizio Laguna tomorrow. So if you're interested, I think it's still open for registration on our calendar. So might see some of you there. Perfect. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for your time. And we hope to see you around soon, and have a great evening. Thank you, everyone. Hey, cheers. Bye.